Owning a rental property from thousands of miles away means you are managing an expensive physical asset entirely blind. You cannot drive by to see if the lawn is overgrown, you cannot knock on a door to check on a delayed rent payment, and you cannot walk into a unit to verify that a contractor actually fixed a leak. Every operational decision happens from a distance. This chart maps geographic distance against financial and legal risk. As your physical distance from the property increases, minor localized issues trace a direct line into a danger zone of total liability. Remote ownership makes your property manager the primary line of defense against variables you cannot monitor in person. Without local context, remote investors frequently fall into two expensive traps. The first is overpricing rent by relying on purchase price data rather than current local market realities. When the citywide median asking price is $1,950, but the actual closing price is $1,768, that $182 gap is expensive. Landlords pricing based on hope rather than closed data watch properties sit vacant for 65 days. The second trap is selecting a property management company based solely on the lowest percentage fee to save a few dollars a month. Budget operations lack the physical and technical infrastructure required to dispatch emergency maintenance at 2 a.m., and they rarely have the staff to track rapidly changing city ordinances. Prioritizing a cheap monthly fee creates a false economy. The $40 saved in management fees will ultimately cost thousands in uncollected rent, legal penalties, and delayed emergency repairs. Philadelphia enforces a strict, complex set of landlord-tenant laws. You cannot treat this city as a set-it-and-forget-it market. The baseline operational requirements are demanding. Every unit requires an active rental license, strict lead paint disclosure and remediation, and a Certificate of Rental Suitability. The city also enforces the Renters Access Act, meaning you cannot reject applicants based on their source of income, including Section 8 vouchers. This timeline outlines the incoming Safe Healthy Home Act. Effective November 1, 2026, it introduces strict new regulatory hurdles. This act requires good cause for all evictions, regardless of lease length, and mandates a complex proactive inspection program across the city. Missing any of these requirements from 1,000 miles away carries heavy consequences. You face penalties of $1,000 per violation, potential license suspension, and triple damages in court for willful violations. Failing to produce a Certificate of Rental Suitability legally bars you from collecting rent or filing for eviction. You need dedicated local tracking to survive. Managing these risks from a distance requires 6 specific operational systems that out-of-state owners must demand from their manager. System 1 is transparent communication. You need a 24/7 owner portal, providing real-time visibility into maintenance and financials, alerting you before issues become crises. System 2 is a 24/7 emergency maintenance hotline. When a pipe bursts at 2 a.m., a local team intercepts the crisis immediately. To make that hotline effective, you need to establish maintenance spending authority. A reliable manager should have a pre-approved repair limit, typically $300 to $500, to authorize routine fixes immediately. They must also supply clear photo documentation of the completed work. Furthermore, that work must be executed by a vetted, licensed contractor network. You cannot afford to rely on unverified handymen found on Craigslist. These protocols eliminate the anxiety of the unknown. They intercept problems early, stopping localized issues from becoming long-distance disasters. System 3 requires precise local market knowledge. A partner must use actual closed comparable data to proactively reprice your unit, protecting margins while minimizing vacancy. System 4 is rigorous tenant screening. Your manager must navigate source of income laws while strictly verifying credit, background, and a 3 times income requirement. This matrix shows these elements connecting. System 5 is strict legal compliance tracking, documenting every lease decision. System 6 completes the matrix, transparent financial reporting. This ensures predictable direct deposits on the 15th, plus properly prepared tax statements at year-end. Operating these 6 systems in unison keeps an investment legally compliant and financially predictable, even from thousands of miles away. When you hire a local partner, treat the interview as a strategic evaluation. Ask these 5 specific questions to test their operational capacity. Question 1. How do you communicate with out-of-state owners? Demand proof of 24/7 portal access and ensure you reach a live agent during business hours. Question 2. What is your maintenance spending authority? Ensure they have set limits and insist on seeing examples of their photo documentation for repairs. Question 3. How do you handle the Certificate of Rental Suitability? Every professional Philadelphia manager must know this exact process without hesitation. Question 4. What is your step-by-step eviction process, and do you offer financial guarantees if a placement fails? Question 5. How do you handle rent pricing at renewal? Look for answers grounded in hard market data, not flat percentage increases. If a prospective property manager gives vague answers or hesitates on these 5 points, they lack the infrastructure to protect an out-of-state investment. Trust Art Realty is built entirely around these non-negotiable systems, handling the extreme legal and operational demands of Philadelphia for out-of-state investors. We are the only certified residential management company in Pennsylvania and a 3-time Philadelphia Inquirer Philly Favorites winner. This split-screen graphic details our specific financial protections. We offer tenant placement and eviction guarantees, releasing at no cost if a tenant leaves within 12 months. We also back our service with a management fee guarantee, never charging you while the property is vacant. We handle all 2026 legal compliance, including the Safe Healthy Home Act and lead paint requirements, so you do not have to track Philadelphia City Council bills from thousands of miles away. You gain total visibility through a real-time owner portal, and guaranteed ACH direct deposits hit your bank account on the 15th of every month, no matter where you live. Partnering with a premium local expert allows you to delegate the daily operational grind and the legal tracking. It lets you focus purely on the performance of your investment. Stop guessing from a distance. Contact Trust Art Realty today at 267-929-1500 or visit trustartrealty.com to schedule your free, zero-obligation rental analysis and management consultation.